So there's no point in discussing Brosnan because you haven't ridden the horse. So we move straight on to Written in the Sand, who's running in race 2, number 12.
Yeah, she's quite a small filly, but she moves very nicely. I rode her first time out in an 1160. She obviously needed the experience, and she ran a nice fourth last time in the work riders race, which Vicky won. There's been a winner out of that form line. It doesn't look like the strongest of field, so I think if I can get into a good position, I'm sure she'll be in the money.
I spoke to Mike de Kock about a horse of his called Archimedes who ran behind Fogbank, and he's got quite a bullish view about this horse's future. And Cash Slip was just about 3 lengths behind Archimedes on that occasion, which got to give him some sort of a chance in this race.
I don't know a hell of a lot about Cash Slip. He did run a nice fourth last time. Looks like he can maybe improve off of that, but looks like quite an open race.
Okay, Out of the Darkness, always very, very highly thought of, smashing looking horse. What are you expecting?
I think he ran a lovely race last time. He doesn't get out the gates well. He always ends up giving away a bit too much start in that, but just hopefully we can get him out, get him into a midfield position. I think carrying 56 kilos, I think it'll put him right in the race.
Good. Then Now I Got You is from the stable of Corey Lensley. He's a smashing looking horse, and he's running some really high class races, and he looks like he's certainly got a good few to come.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get the ride in the maidens to eventually let him win. And on that occasion, he almost didn't want to go through with it. He was waiting for other horses, and towards the end of the race, like the last 50 or 100 meters, he put his head down and started to stretch away. He gave me a wonderful feel that day. He's nicely drawn on Monday. He's drawn 2, and I think the race is going to work out nicely for him. I think he's been running in the sprints, which I've always believed are going to be too short for him. So I think he'll, enjoy the 1400 again.
Okay, then the last time we spoke to you about Puerto Manzano, you could not possibly have been more bullish, notwithstanding the fact that you were still riding second base. That is the case again today. What can you tell us about, first of all, which second base is likely to show up and what they're expecting of Puerto Manzano and his ultimate mission?
Yeah, look, second base is getting a bit too clever for us. He ran last week with Keegan. He was well drawn, he had a beautiful position, and he always looked like he was going to win the race. But, when Keegan got after him that last furlong and a bit, looked like he stuck his head up again and was happy to run second or third. So again, look, we're nicely drawn. Hopefully he gets out the gates well. I can have him in a nice position. And I'm just going to try to ride a very confident race on him. Just try to kid along to him as much as I can. And, hopefully the right second base shows up. Pietro Manzano obviously was a great win in the Summer Cup. It's a small field on Monday. And I just think, look, it's been quite difficult to work the horses at Turffontein. So he may be carrying a couple of kilos more because of all the rain we've had. But I think his class will pull him through. He's well weighted, and I'm sure his class will pull him through.
Okay, Erica Verdenese's stable's in cracking form, and if my memory serves me correctly, Vickle Spickle hails from this yard.
Yes, look, a very disappointing run last time, but I think the pace just they dragged the pace right up for her and ended up very slow. And she's a big striding filly. She wants to breathe, and I think the pace is going to suit her tomorrow. I think we're going to have a nice strong pace with Waishong's running in the race, and also just hoping for the best. Again, we haven't got all the work we could get into all these horses, and she's a big girl. She takes a lot of work, so hoping.
Right, it's no secret that you were in Cape Town yesterday riding work, and I'm not going to ask you about all the horses you rode work, but one of them has to have been Comedy Done.
Yeah, he's in a great space. He's moving well. Unfortunately missed his gallop on the Wednesday due to the airlines crashing. No petrol, no gas, no jet fuel. So yeah, just gave him a canter down the track at Milnerton yesterday. He's feeling in a good space, and we'll travel, I think Tuesday or Wednesday down with the family, and just go continue his final preparations.
You're running in a race with a champion, the People's Horse, against two of the best milers we've seen for many, many a year. Dual Grade 1 Lormeron's Queen's Plate winner, Jet Dark, champion miler, and of course Charles Dickens, who is just absolutely sublime.
Isn't this why we wake up in the morning, Bonsky? This is why we race. It's going to be a great race. I'm confident my horse is doing very well. It's his third run after Lerena, and this is what we live for, to put our name in the lights, and I think it's going to be a hell of a race.
Is it conceivable that you could beat these two champions, or is the Met once again his main mission as it was last year?
You know what, we all want to win the King's Plate, and it's Ashwin's dream, it's Michelle's dream, it's my dream, and let's make it come true.